What's good, everybody? It's RiderG tapping in with another reaction video. Today we got Gene Deal. Gene Deal, he's most famously known for being Diddy's bodyguard. A few years ago, went on Vlad TV and basically said that he seen $1 million check that was handed out by P. Diddy to some drug kingpin from New York named Eric Von Zip back in the 90s. He went on multiple platforms and reiterated the same thing over and over again, basically saying that there's a check out there that was written around the time of Pac's death, right after, and it was cashed. And P. Diddy had Barry Hankerson write the check to Eric Von Zip, and the check was for $1 million for the sale of Blackground Records. But how would Eric Von Zip receive a portion of the sale, a cut? He basically received a cut an owner would get, but they had him down as a manager for an artist. So there's a lot of indiscrepancies, and basically Gene Deal is trying to put it out there and let everybody know that he's seen that check, and that check does exist, and we're gonna check it out. So we're gonna check out this clip. It's from the Art of Dialogue, and we're gonna give our opinion. Program time.
Man, listen to me, bro. I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were saying the feds are so deep and involved in this that Diddy just might be called up on that Tupac shit once they go through the money trail. Once they go through the money trail and find out why certain people was given certain positions, that it may be a problem. Because they're gonna look at all that. Anything they can bring up, they're gonna bring it up.
Wow. So you think it's possible that they might pit Pac murder on Diddy?
Yeah.
See, the crazy thing about that is he said time and again that he's seen that check. And what we all know about them checks is they could be traced. And I don't know if that check does exist, which he adamantly says it does, and I do believe him because everything makes sense, then Diddy's definitely in trouble, for sure.
That's why that tape of Cassie was released. So anybody who was willing to try to help him, anybody was trying to say that he ain't capable of doing this and he ain't capable of doing that, they got it right there on videotape.
But you being around at that time, right? Because you was working at Bad Boy at that time when, the whole Pocket Big thing was going on. You personally, do you think they can get Diddy on Pac murder?
Well, they always said something about $1 million check, and nobody knew where the $1 million came from. Puff may have said it in a couple of rap songs and things like that. But they would have to trace the check back to if that check Eric Von Zip had. And I'm not going to say the person who they said they gave it to because I've said it before, and I told people who contacted me that I would bring old boy name up on that because of situations that he's having in the federal government right now. So if they trace it back to Eric Von Zip and say, why were you on, and he's dead now, but they have to explain why did he was able to get some publishing money or some kind of deal off the sale of Blackground Records, and they put him as Tank manager or Tank something for Tank, this, that, and the third. Why did they do that?
Yeah, I got you. And when you say check, right?
See, that's a major red flag. You received a cut a business owner will get from a sale of a business, but they had you down on payroll as a manager for an artist. So that would raise red flags for sure if that check were to exist.
Just to get some clarity for the people that don't know what you're talking about, You talking about the $1 million check, right? That they put on Tupac to get him killed, the hit.
Yeah. What I'm talking about is that if Puff has said on a couple of records that he'll pay $1 million to, but he was just talking to people randomly. So now everybody said that, and Keefy D said that Puff told them that he'll give them $1 million. Now, do we believe that? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't. Because it was situations whereas that it could have got done by certain people that was around them, but it didn't happen. So when Zip came up with the check for $1 million, he said it was from Black Ground Records. And he said that who he got that money from. So now, if that's true, then the feds would have to go in and do a money trace on where did that check come from. And then they're going to say, why? Why was that check given to Eric Von Zip or Eric Zip Martin or Eric Martin? Why did that check was given to him? And saying that he had something to do with Tank. And he sold the company, which wasn't all his company anyway, for $1 million.
There you have it from P. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal. He said there's $1 million check out there that was issued right after Pac's death. So that's something to look at. And me being a big Pac fan, that would be interesting to keep tabs on. And I believe Gene Deal. I've been seeing him doing interviews for the last few years. His story never changes. He's adamant about that check. A lot of things he said about Diddy, about the violence, about the abuse, and things like that are starting to come to the light now. And he even mentioned Cassie years ago, and Kim Porter and all of Diddy's exes, saying that he witnessed Cassie with bruises and things like that, and weird situations. So when that video came out, that just solidified everything that he said. So his credibility right now is through the roof. And I believe him. I'm gonna continue to follow him and hope we get down to the bottom of this. Long live Pac. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Remember, no comment. There's no such thing as a right or wrong answer. Just let me know what you think. We're gonna get to it. It's program time.